Alright, so going forward in this review, I'm going to assume most of you were at least somewhat familiar with the manga/anime JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. If you need a bit of a crash course, you can check out my review of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on the SNES. There I cover the broadest strokes and pretty much everything you would need to know. I'll leave a link in the description. More like a diamond is not crash course.
From your blade.
Anyways, here's a good old JoJo game. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the 7th Stand User, is a fan-made RPG by the solo game developer Clayman. It was made with RPG Maker 2000 and artistically is designed to look like an OG dot matrix Game Boy game, and it pulls this off really nicely. Honestly, this would look really great and right at home on a Game Boy screen. Gameplay-wise, this is a fairly traditional RPG with very similar gameplay to Dragon Quest, with its own variations here and there. Probably the biggest selling point on this game, this free game for sale, for free, is the stand selection system. You see, you select your stand via a dream sequence where Avdol gives you a personality test to help you determine your stand. You answer a series of questions about yourself, and it uses your answers to select you your own stand from a list of 18 different stands. Wow! That's really impressive. I've only fiddled around with RPG Maker a little bit, but I just didn't know it was capable of something like that. Most of the main characters in JoJo have power-type stands, and there are those. But Avdol mentions that there are other much more unique stands that, although may make combat a little tougher at points, they will open up other options in both battle and story. After answering honestly and selecting the chubby baby girl that most resembles me, I was given the Howlin' Wolf stand, named after the blues singer by the same name. Howlin' Wolf, the stand anyways, is a power-type stand. I'm unfamiliar with what kind of stand the blues singer had, but I assume he used his stand power to get a rich, smoky voice. It's like molasses in your ears, except good and not bad.
I am a bad man.
What was I doing? Oh yeah, video games. The Howlin' Wolf stand I got is a power type, with a very heavy focus on medium range and wind elemental attacks. I did the quiz a few more times and basically answered at random just to see what else I could get. I did it again with a few answers differing from my real opinion and got cardigans. Love me, ooh baby, love me, loo, you say you love me. A nurse stand focused primarily on healing, but also capable of attacking with needles or scalpels. Yikes. Yikes. I did it once more and answered most opposite to my opinion, and I got Ocean Blue. A stand capable of turning the user's blood, sweat, and other bodily fluids, charging them with energy and firing them as projectiles. Yikes. So, on to the actual game part of the game. It begins with you waking up from a weird dream where some guy gave you a magic wolf or whatever. Boy, that'd be pretty wacky. Anyways, on to a regular school day. Just kidding. You wake up and a mysterious voice by the name of Steel communicates with you to tell you that it wasn't a dream and you are now in fact in possession of the magic fighting ghost blues wolf. At least in my case, it was a magic fighting ghost blues wolf. The story plays out pretty much just like Part 3, Stardust Crusaders, except this time there's a new member of the JoJo crew.
Here we go.
The first member of the JoJo crew. JoJo! 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 JoJo!
As your character heads to school, they meet up with Jotaro during one of his early fights in the original series. His battle with Kalkuin possessing the nurse at the school nurse's office. Here you are given the option to help him, or simply watch. The game gives you this choice a few times actually, to let the story play out more like it originally did, or play the interfering speedwagon and make things happen differently. You're given a handful of chances to take the story in different directions than it originally happened, which I think is just so cool. Plus, as I mentioned earlier, you will sometimes be given different story options based on what stand you have. The game really is surprisingly complicated for something made in RPG Maker. It even has 20 different endings, not even counting ones with small variations in dialogue. Though if I had a complaint, it would unfortunately be the combat. Being basically a Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy clone, the combat is of course very simple and repetitive, but I generally love those, even the simplest of them. However, one of the problems with the 7th stand user is the boss battles. All the ones I came across put you in a situation of, oh no, the enemy is moving so fast or whatever, the only attacks that can hit them are the ones that attack all enemies. Which means most characters only have one attack that is of any use during these fights. So every turn involves tediously picking the same move over and over again, with the exception of maybe needing to heal every couple turns. I've been told by someone who played much farther than I did for this review that a lot of the boss fights are this, even further into the game. However, despite this, surprisingly, the game still held my interest. It does enough new and interesting that I still wanted to continue playing and see the choices I could get and the stuff I could do. The fact that it's a new perspective on a story I'm familiar with, the choices, ooh baby, let me tell you, you give me actual choices in a game, choices that matter, and I am sold. Love choosing things and having it do a thing. It's cool. I like it. As far as recommendation goes, I'm gonna say this. If you feel like you could look past some of the annoying and repetitive battles and heavy grinding that comes pretty standard with these kind of RPGs, to get to the actual role-playing part of this role-playing game, or to get to the juicy JoJo content, then I think you may enjoy this, just as much, maybe more than I did.
Here we go.
The first member of the JoJo crew. JoJo! 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 JoJo!